Hey guys. So do you notice anything different about me, huh? I got rid of the mustache. I did not like that. I did not like how that looked on me. And I was tired of all my friends making fun of me about it and commenting about it. I was tired of people talking about it. Like, stop talking about my mustache. I don't like it. Stop reminding me of it. I'm tired of it. And yeah, so first of all, I got rid of that. I look a little different now. And I'm probably gonna get a haircut soon. I'm probably gonna... It's a little difficult. There we go. So, you can kind of see right there. That used to be up here. And all this crap down here used to be up here. It's grown like crazy since my last haircut. And yeah, so I'm thinking of doing that again. Getting that front part cut up here. And getting everything else cut up to the shoulders. And yeah. So, I've got a bunch of things that I want to show you. First of all, I got this thing 3D printed, and I painted it. We have a 3D printer at school, and we were doing that in Computer Programming 12, which is one of my classes. That's also where we're using the Arduino thingies. If you don't know what an Arduino is, it's a little programmable circuit board. Look it up on Google, Arduino Uno R3. You'll find out what we're using. And it's like, you can attach different sensors to it, and different outputs to it, like attach a potentiometer to these pins, and an LED to these pins, and a button to that pin, and whatever, and you plug it into a computer and you can program it, like sense potentiometer on analog pin A0, and set brightness to analog pin A0 on output 3, or something like that. It's a programmable circuit board. And yeah, so I'm using one of those to make a channel intro. By the way, I will be making a channel intro using the Arduino. It's going to be really neat. And yeah, so in that class that we're using those things, we have a 3D had a 3D printer. We'll have it again in a few weeks. But I got this 3D printed, and I painted it. Derling Robotics. My last name being Derling. And me loving robotics and electronics and stuff. It's like a company logo for me. Derling Robotics. That picture there, which is like without the Derling Robotics thing, just the white stuff, that's been my logo for many years, my little symbol. I put that on a lot of things. I have that as like a little signature or whatever on a lot of my comics I've made, and at the end of a few of my videos, you've seen a picture of that. Like at the end of the Mahoney Story Bro video, which is that weird Swedish song that I posted where I replaced the vocoded sound files with the original sound files that the dude recorded. At the very end of that video, this symbol pops up at the end. And at the end of that speaker test video I made, this pops up at the end. And yeah, and my little watermark down at the bottom corner of the video, that's this as well. But I took this and I put Derling Robotics on it. I made the text red and the outline yellow. Or the underline yellow. And, yeah. And, a couple days ago, I took apart a, toaster oven. I got a few parts out of it. 3, to be exact. Thermostat. A high temperature thermostat. I took a thermostat out of a fan system thing I took apart a while ago, and I got this thermostat out of that toaster oven, and they're very similar. This one is a lot higher temperature. The other one turns on at like 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. This one turns on at like 200 to 500 degrees Celsius, because it was for a toaster oven. And yeah. So the only way to turn this on is to take the blowtorch lighter and it'll turn on. I'll do that right now. By the way, another thing I wanted to show you. I got a new multimeter. It's a digital one, and it's a good one. It's not a cheap piece of crap. It's a good one. However, I don't like its new little wires. The tiniest little metal pin? Really? I can't wrap any wires around it. I can't put it flat onto the end of a battery or anything. No, I always gotta be constantly holding it, touching it on that one little end. I'm using the red wire of my old one. It's much better. I could not find my black one. Hold on. Sorry about that. But yeah. If I ever... What's wrong with my voice? If I ever do find the black wire for my old multimeter, I am... There we go. I don't like the new wires. I do not. I like these ones with the really long ends much better. The only thing about this one is it's got some voltage testers specifically for batteries. You can test a car battery, a 12 volt, or a 9 volt battery, or a cell. A cell being a 1.5 volt battery. You know, AA, C, D, E. And yeah, all those ones that say 1.5 V on them, those are cells. And this one's voltage can't go nearly as high as my old one. My old one could go up to like 2000 volts. This one can only go to 300. And this one, on 200 ohms mode, it also works as a short circuit detector. So you put the red end onto the positive of your circuit, where the battery would go. Put this onto the positive, put this onto the negative, and if the multimeter goes beep, 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 it's a short circuit. That lets you know that something's wrong, and don't hook it up to a battery. I'm gonna go get that lighter. Having this up on my bed is dangerous. But whatever. Yeah, there wasn't much inside of that toaster oven. So this one, unlike that other one I have, this one turns off when it gets too hot. That one out of the fan I got turns on when it gets too hot. So I'm gonna wrap up these wires onto my multimeter. Switch it to beep mode. Zoop. Frick! Connect. And stay connected. I don't like these wires. They're really thick on the inside. It's like they're solid core but not. They're almost solid core. They've got like 5 pieces of metal in them. Alright. I have hooked up the thermostat to this. I'm going to turn that up. That's going to start annoyingly beeping. Should. There we go. Turns off when you shoot fire at it. Disconnect. Put that over there, hot side up, so I don't burn my bed. And 2 of the 3 parts, well, the second of 3 parts, is the timer. So the knob used to be on here. Do I have any pliers or anything like that up here? Nope. Frick. I have to go get some. Come on. My eyes don't really like making this video. I've got a light blaring right in my face. But yeah, so this is a switch that, you wind it up and it connects them, turns on. You give it high power, like you send high power through it, you put a light bulb or something over here in the case that it was in, some heating elements, because it's a toaster oven. You turn it on, the electricity goes through it like a switch, and that also makes it slowly tick back. Tick, 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 extremely slow. And when it gets back, it rings the bell. And yeah, so there's a little hammer in there that it goes back when you set it up there. Did I just move that with my hand? Wow. And the hammer springs back when it reaches that end, and it turns off, cuts the connection. The third thing I got out of that, I'll open up the good old components box. Move that LED out of the frackin' way. Neon light. This one's got some really long wires. It's got the longest wires of them all, but it's the smallest bulb of them all. I'll grab another one. Let's see, it's smaller. Quite smaller. But it works. I will plug in my little Tesla coil. I'll turn it on. Lights up. Alright, now those are the parts I got out of the toaster oven. And that's my new multimeter. And now, I got some 7-segment displays. Well, double. Frick. Double 7-segment displays. 2 of them. One of them has a lot of the black paint chipped off of it. I don't know how to use these yet. I don't know if they work or not. But I keep them in the components box. This one's red, so it's in the red LEDs section. This one's green, so it's in the green LEDs section. And also for LEDs, I got a few diffusers. Stick these onto a 2mm super bright, and it diffuses it. I don't have any of those. I don't have any 2mm super brights. LED power Still haven't gotten any glue, so I haven't rebuilt this piece of crap yet, so it's just as broken as it was last time, if not more broken. I got a couple more resistors. Oh, I took apart a couple more light strips as well, like light strings. Like where I got all those warm white LEDs, I took apart a couple more of those. So I got a whole whack of 5mm reflection diffused warm white LEDs. So they're just like those other ones I had, except they're 5mm. By reflection diffused, I mean it's like, they're, instead of them being foggy, they've got a reverse lens in them. It reflects it instead of, makes it foggy. These look very, very yellow. They have yellowed over time after being hung up by the ceiling for so long, about 4 years now. They have turned yellow over time. But this one seems pretty good still. Yeah, nice, warm white. 5mm. And that's all. And I've got some cool white 2mm now as well. So those cool white ones are just like those warm white ones I had. Them 2mm warm whites. But like they've got the inverse lens and everything. But they're cool white instead of warm white. The only difference is the color. Gotta straighten out the terminals on this piece of crap, frick. They're bendy as frick. There we go. Are you on peak brightness? Oh, there we go. Cool white. This the light string I got those cool whites out of is where I got these diffusers. A little cool white again. And yeah, one of my blue LEDs stopped working. Don't know why, but it just won't light up anymore. So now I've only got 2. Getting really low on blue ones. Oh, by the way, you probably remember those 3-watt crazy bright LEDs I had. I lost those. They disappeared on me. Put them somewhere, don't know where they went. But yeah, I got some more resistors as well. Like this one. I got this also out of a light string. I got this one out of the light string that the cool white lights were in. This one is brown, red, red. 1200. 1.2 kilo ohms. I got another, it's over there. I got this one out of the warm white LED strip, the big warm whites. This one, gray, red. Gray, red, brown. Eight. 8.2 kilo ohms, I think. Do I have my Chromebook up here? Frick! Frick! I mean. And I've got one more resistor that I got recently. No, 2. 2 more. Well, technically 1. I got 2 more resistors, but they're identical. Get over here. There we go. 10 kilo ohms. I got 2 10 kilo ohm ones for the Tesla coil that I want to make. So now I've got every part I need for the Tesla coil except the Tesla coil. All I need now is the actual Tesla coil itself. The piece of metal with 300 windings of wire around it. Got a couple more fuses out of them and light strips. Light strings, I mean, I keep calling them strips. They're not really strips. These things are like strips. Them flat things that can change colors. Got a couple more diodes. Oh, and a couple more reds. 2 of them. These have some really long wires. They're little 2mm reds. Once again, not diffused. But they are pretty bright. I got these out of a walkie-talkie charger. Well, I think that's all of them. Now, walkie-talkie charger charged these walkie-talkies. I have 2 of them. Why did I take apart their charger? They've got this thing on the back, the battery pack in them, that can hold 3 AAA batteries. Or, they also had their own really specially shaped rechargeable battery in them. It's really specially shaped, made specifically for these, and you could stick them on the charger and charge them up. Those rechargeable batteries stopped working ages ago, so I ripped them out and threw them away and put some alkalines in it. It's missing one. And yeah, so I was like, these are never going to be recharged again. Let's take apart the charger, see what's in there. There's nothing really in there except for a couple LEDs. Oh, that charger is where I got that 9V 200 milliamp AC adapter. The little black one, where that's right curvy, that's really hard to wind the wire around. That was for the charger for these things. And yeah. So I knew there was going to be a rectifier in there. So I thought I was going to get a good capacitor, and maybe a rectifier board all nice and intact. But, nope. It was just 2 470 microfarad capacitors, not big enough for me, and 2 diodes. So it's the first thing I've actually ever seen in my life that's half-wave rectified. The only half-wave rectified adapters I've ever seen are the ones I've made. But, nope, that had only 1 diode in it. Well, 2 diodes. It had 2 rectifiers in it. It was like 2 separate chargers merged into one. So it had 2 rectifiers in it, 2 LEDs, and because it was supposed to charge 2 of these at the same time. So, yeah. That's some new crap I got. I'm gonna go grab my Chromebook. Alright, I got the Chromebook. This is a little Tinkercad diagram I've made of my YouTube intro. So that's the Arduino Uno R3 right there. That's the little breadboard. Got an RGB LED there, a buzzer, and an LCD screen. That LCD screen will say fully transistorized electronics. And yeah, and that buzzer will play a tone as it generates the words. It'll be like in time with it. And at the beginning and end of the intro, that LED is going to change colors. It's going to fade through colors. And yeah. The intro, the tone that the buzzer will play will be When the Levee Breaks by Led Zeppelin, because that's my favorite song. And yeah, and they'll write the words down like in timing with it. And the programming for this thing, you probably won't understand a single bit of this, but yeah, I'll show you anyways. So this sets all the variables for the red and green and blue for the LED to 0, so it'll start off as off. These will set the LED outputs pins to whatever voltage these are. So the output pins can go from 0 volts to 5 volts in between, and you can adjust that from 0 to 255 with those. So 255 would be 5 volts, 0 would be 0 volts. 128 would be 2.5 volts, and etc., etc. So yeah, that sets the LEDs to the variables. And repeat 255. This ups the red LED brightness and makes the red LED fade in right quick. In 255 milliseconds, the red LED, and then it fades to green, and this makes it fade to blue, and this makes it fade off, and then this sets the position of writing the stuff on the LCD to the top right corner, which is where it will start writing it, and all the play speaker on pen 2 with note whatever for 0 seconds will make the thing make the notes, and the notes are in a number. It'll be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 type of thing, and it goes up octaves. So yeah, they're numbered. So yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm pretty sure would be like A0, B0, C0, D, whatever. And then we'll put full Lee, then it'll go down a line and do transistorized, then it'll clear the screen and electronics, and then it'll clear and it'll scroll the word electronics out of frame and then turn off. And then the LED will fade to blue, then to green, then to red, then to off. And it'll be over. So yeah, why do the speaker play tone on speaker whatever? Why is that on 0 seconds? Because that makes it so there's no delay. Because if it said play speaker on pin 2 with tone 46 for 1 second, it would start playing the tone and then wait 1 second and then stop playing it and do the next thing. But excuse me, if you do for 0 seconds, it'll just play forever. It'll start playing, but then it'll just start doing all the stuff below it and everything until it reaches a block where it says turn speaker off on pin 2. So yeah, you can do This is kind of difficult. Place speaker on pin 2 for 0 seconds. Wait 0.2 seconds. Turn speaker on pin 2 off. And that'll do that. And that's how that works. Because when you put it for 0 seconds, it goes forever until it reaches the turn off block. It won't go for a certain amount of time. It'll go until it reaches the turn off block. You are able to simulate it, and you can see start simulation, and I would be able to show you what the intro looks like, but I'm not online, so I get an error. Unable to contact the code compilation service. Please try again later or contact us if the problem persists. And yeah, so I'm going to make this next time I'm at school, which will be on Monday. It's Saturday right now. And I'll make that, and I'll record it, and it'll be my intro for my electronics videos. Goodbye.